would remain calm. Well, let's get more now on North Korea and talk to Professor Han Park. He helped mediate relations between Pyongyang and Washington during the Clinton administration. He now teaches at the University of Georgia. Thank you so much, Professor Park, for being on Al Jazeera. It certainly seems like a very blunt and explicit threat from North Korea this time around. How seriously do you think U.S. officials should take this threat?
I think it should take it pretty seriously because unlike a previous announcements, this time the announcement came from the all-powerful military commission in the party. So that's different from foreign ministry. On the other hand, North Korea, they try to accomplish a sense of self-pride following the successful multi-stage missile launch. So this announcement is partly directed to the domestic audience, politicians in North Korea as well as the United States and anywhere. Politicians, when they make statements, they are very mindful of the domestic audience. So this untested young leadership needs some domestic support, political integration, power consolidation. So this is nothing unusual. I think oversensitivity, overreaction would be ill-advised.
You say overreaction will be ill-advised, but then again, it's very worrying this time around because North Korea is saying that it would test a different, it'd be a test of a different nature this time around. Could they be trying to test a uranium weapon?
Yes, different tests, and I think future nuclear tests would be based on the highly enriched uranium rather than plutonium. That is not really a technical thing. It's not very important. North Korea doesn't have any intention or even ability to assault militarily the United States. All it wants is to boost its self-esteem and pride as a sovereign state, and even the United States, they'd like to see the most powerful country cannot interfere with the country's pursuit of legitimate actions, including missile launch or rocket launch and nuclear test. So as long as they feel the nation and their national security is threatened, which they do, they're not going to compromise their standing on the nuclear program.
But it appears that even China, North Korea's allies, has backed this latest round of sanctions against Pyongyang. Do you think that in practice, Chinese behavior towards North Korea will change if they go ahead with this test?
No, I think Chinese behavior may be mostly rhetorics. I think there's a
So you think China has no leverage on North Korea?
I don't think it has leverage, nor does it want to exert the leverage onto North Korea. And Chinese basic position is North Korea has its self-determination as a sovereign state. And in fact, why did China go along with the United Nations sanctions? Very clearly, there's no country in the world, including China, that wants North Korea go nuclear, except North Korea itself. But North Korea is fully prepared, as far as I understand, to relinquish its nuclear ambition if their security is guaranteed in the form of peace treaties and multilateral peace or security architecture. So they want peace before they visit the security issue, whereas we in the United States, we demand North Korea to give up their weapons before come to the table to discuss anything else. So it will never, the American insistence has been persistent for years and years. It has never produced anything. I don't think it will produce this time around. So somehow we have to address the security issue, especially the 60-year-old armistice agreement, that is ceasefire, should be replaced by some sort of more enduring peace architecture.
Okay.
Without it, we can be certain that North Korea is not going to compromise its standing on nuclear issue.
Okay, Professor Park, thank you very much for your thoughts. Thanks for joining us live from Atlanta, Georgia. The U.S. Democrats have introduced a new